Type in my secret code here, and can you see that? Does that focus? There you go. That's my Robinhood account that I set up for the YouTube channel, where I was going to do basically an experiment on the market. Now, I made some really good picks, and I also made 3 really big bag picks because the market obviously didn't go the way I intended to this last year. Who knew that massive unemployment, poor earnings, and a global pandemic would have shot stocks through the roof and hit new record highs? I couldn't have guessed that, and business fundamentals couldn't have guessed that either. But I am not bitter. I'm actually reallocating, reinvesting, uninvesting, whatever the word is, putting this money into something even better. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly why. I'm basically moving and liquidating certain assets to put into real estate. So specifically, I'm selling off stocks and putting it all into real estate. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Part of that reason, as some of you guys know, just on the other side of this wall, I've got 3 big build projects going on. Well, technically 2, but 3 different spaces. I got the shipping container village and I got the glam site. If you haven't been following my Instagram, here, one of these 2 corners, is that I finished pouring those big beefy pier foundations. Now, the problem is I need to fill in 21 holes with a crap ton of dirt. And so I'm gonna try to do it by hand because I need to cut costs. You're gonna see why here in a second, but I'm not sure if it's even feasible to do it by hand, but we're gonna give it a go. You can see I finally got the foundations poured, but check this out. I'm doing the columns. They're done, but now I have these giant holes in the ground that I have to backfill. So basically, I need to move all that dirt back there. You guys, it looks kind of small. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. Shoop. It still looks small. It's a lot bigger than it looks on the camera, and then all this dirt over here and then everything in between, I need to put it back in the holes, which makes me think I shouldn't have overbored these holes. You can see they're a lot bigger than the columns themselves. I thought it was gonna be easier, but now I have this issue where I have to move a lot of dirt back into them to backfill. So the reason why I'm doing this by hand is because I'm in this spot where I'm trying to cut costs wherever possible, because I had not expected construction costs to increase as much as it has the last couple months. Now I'm still in the starting phase, and I'm already about 70 to 80% over budget for where I'm at in the construction process. And it's not from miscalculations or forgetting steps or anything like that at all. It's from the inflation of construction prices, of supplies, and labor. Now I put together the budget for these 2 projects here. You can see the containers here, and then just over there is the glam site, which we'll go down and take a look at in a bit here. And when I created that budget, it was probably about 4 to maybe 6 months ago, and I factored in some sort of fluctuation in price, as always in construction. I had not foreseen that prices would literally double to possibly triple within such a short time period, and that's what we're experiencing right now. But before we get into all of that, you guys know the drill. Only about 15% of you guys who are watching this right now are actually subbed to the channel. And if you guys want to watch more stuff similar to this on how to make money in the real estate market, or watch me build out a ship container home and a glam site, and then future projects that are similar to that, sub to the channel and help me out with the YouTube gods and hit that like button. Now here's a rock star that I just worked with a couple weeks ago. His name is Amun, and he is a 24-year-old, like I said, rock star. And we start talking about him wanting to invest in properties, specifically short-term rentals, and we went through the strategies, and we talked about the finances, and we talked about what he can do and what was best for him at his age. And guess what? He is now under contract of purchasing his first investment home. And it was almost exactly what we had discussed inside the meeting, and I gotta give him all the credit in the world, because we might have talked about it, but he put it into action, which is way more difficult than just putting together a plan. If now this is something that interests you, I give a full money back guarantee. If you do not find it helpful, or you walk away from the session a couple days later and it's like, you know what, that wasn't really worth it, I give you your 100% money back, no questions asked at all. I only want to provide value and be helpful to you and what you're trying to do. So email down below, hit me up. All right, let's get back into the video. All right, so for all of you guys who are new to the channel, this is the glam site. I'm actually just down the hill. Up there you can see the containers and my other home. And then down here, we've got this right here. It's gonna be a beautiful view. We got the sunset. We'll go right over here. And if you guys listen really, really quietly, really carefully, you guys can hear. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but basically it's a creek. There's a big creek down there that you can listen to at night, and it sounds beautiful and it's so relaxing with the crickets, the frogs, and the beautiful view. You cannot beat it, and I think it's gonna be really profitable for me. And here's the reason why I'm selling off assets and liquidating some of my stocks, to make sure that I have enough cash to finish off the projects going on the other side of this wall. Perhaps the 2 most important words in the world of business and entrepreneurship: cash flows and payout. All right, let's talk a little bit about more of why I'm deciding to take money out of the stock market versus real estate. Now, this isn't for everybody, but for a lot of the folks who are in a similar situation as me, you've realized that you can make way more money in real estate than you can do in the stock market. And I'm not saying that this is better for everybody, but in terms of my specialty, my skills, and where I like my risk tolerance, real estate is a better deal for me. And even though I can do all that fancy number crunching Excel spreadsheet stuff with the financials and P&Ls and the statements and all that good stuff, is that I make more money or I have a better return on this stuff behind me. And just for this project alone, this is gonna cost me probably about $35,000, $50,000, let's say $50,000. But I know that it's gonna increase the value of my property by at least $50,000. So that's a moot point right there. Now on top of it, it'll produce between $3,000 to $5,000 a month in cash flows. So basically for a $50,000 investment, I get that investment back in the form of equity. And then also I'm gonna be able to produce or get a monthly dividend of between 7 to 10% every single month. And that's far better than anything I can do in the stock market. Now, when you start talking about building stuff like up there, those are actual structures on a piece of property with running utilities, kitchens, bathrooms, all that stuff. By building that, that's gonna now cost me between probably $125,000 to $150,000, but I know it'll increase the value of the property by about $300,000. That's 100% return. And then same thing with the dividend there, I'll be getting between 5 to 10% in a monthly dividend from rent every single month into the foreseeable future. But that's why I'm doing it. I actually enjoy the build process. I love the design process. I love everything that has to do with this right here. Oh, cool. Those are some loud geese. Can you see them? But I do this because it's not just about the money. The money is great. The return is awesome. It's way better than what I can do in the stock market, but it's because I get this. I get to build and be a part of a project that I actually enjoy. So if this is something that you really are interested in or you want to get deeper into, I highly encourage it. And I think that it can be a way safer and better return than the market. And it's way more under your control too. Check it. Holes are filled in. Not too bad. I even got the trench dug out for the utilities later on. Yeah, so I brought in my dude Austin with his excavator and I paid him $600 to fill in these holes. It would have taken me a week, maybe weeks to do this because it was realistically 3 dump truck loads full of dirt to do, and Austin took 2 hours to get it done, which is awesome. $600, even though we're over budget, but we got it done and for a reasonable price too. I know we were already over budget, but it's gonna be better than me breaking my back. The next video, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna be melting metal to frame out these bad boys. Ooh. Now remember to sub to the channel so you can keep on following me through this whole process, and you can see the glamp site down below. And if you want more than just a silly video on how to do all this on your own, whether you're building your own standard home, buying into a new rental, buying into an income property, hit me up. Emails down in the description, and we can set up a consultation session so we can help you go through the financing, the permitting, and the red flags and all that good stuff to make sure that you have a good strategy when it comes to investing in property or in real estate. I love you all. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.